So a new mod just came out called Vanilla Factions Expanded Insectoids. There's a new storyteller, a new faction, bioengineering and body mutations, plasma weaponry, and riot gear. The new storyteller is really hard. Empress Evil, no good events can ever happen. There's new rewards for quests, the Eraser, the Shield Belt, the Teleporter, the Animal Tamer, the Pacifier, Insanity Warhead, and a bunch of weapons. And armor, the Armillix, medium-sized mushroom. When fully matured, its cap spreads open to release an inner bulb and emits very hard light, bright enough to grow other crops around it. Then there's Royal Jelly, which seems really interesting. Because of its unique biological composition, it boosts immunity and nurses anyone who has a taste of it. Each dose of Royal Insectoid Jelly boosts immunity by a flat 5%. Then we have the Insectoid Chitin, Spider Silk, Insect Milk, Insect Eggs, Sonic Infestation Repeller, emitting a sonic pulse every hour, repelling any insectoid movement underneath. Whilst it significantly reduces the infestation risk, it enrages the insectoid empress and can lead to more powerful insectoid herds arriving at the colony. Then we have drone genomes, warrior genomes, and royal genomes. These are for creating our own insectoids for our base. The boom tick, which is like the boomalope, which explodes on death. Mega scarab, royal larva, mega spider, spilipede, worker ant, mega cricket, caterpillar, which nuzzles constantly and it's valuable on the market. Wargling, giga scorpion, heavily armored, venomous stinger attack. Megapede, which is heavily armored. Titan beetle digs out designated rocks, powerful bash attack. Milk beetle yields insectoid milk every 2 days, can be sheared for chitin. Gigawig digs out stone or valuable metals periodically. The royal maggot yields royal insect jelly every day, leaves a trail of disgusting slime. The princess yields unfertilized insectoids every day, yields insect jelly every day. Spider weaver yields 20 spider silk every 3 days. Gigalost, which is extremely hard to kill. Monstrosity, which is also another very hard one to kill. Nigh unkillable, but dies by itself due to underdeveloped organs after a few hours. Now we have a bunch of parts that I believe we can place on our characters to change them around to insectoids a little bit. And maybe we can change this out on insectoids that we grow inside of our colony. There's the new faction, the Insect Hive. They try to eliminate anything that they perceive to be a threat. Then there's the new Insectoids, Insectoid Queen, the Larva, the Megapede, Gigalocust, Royal Mega Spider. Then there's new raid methods. Immediate attack, where roaming hives attack immediately. Then there's Sappers, who try to mine through walls in order to get to your base. And then there's tunnels, dig up in random places around the map. Siege burrows, where you have to destroy their burrows as soon as possible, as they will never stop sending waves of insects. Infested meteorites, which crash in random places, releasing insects. Gigalocust swarm, which land around your base. Then, throughout the map, there are overrun outposts. These outposts contain valuable goods. Infested ships that drop these insectoids. Giant infestations, which are even worse than normal infestations, because they have a chance to spawn even greater enemies, such as insectoid queens. And I forgot to mention about the queen, but they periodically spawn new units, which should never be allowed to settle down. When killed, other insectoids will flee from combat. Start a new colony. We can play as the group of mercenaries. A simple mission down at the surface of a long-forgotten planet went south. Your base has been overrun by creatures you have not seen before. Giant insectoids emerging in infinite numbers from their hives. Forced to escape, you approach a small outpost crawling with the insectoids that sent you on the run in the first place. You can exterminate them and settle here, or leave and find a new place to start anew. Since you start with no resources and the base overrun by the insectoids, this is an especially difficult scenario in the early game. Your faction will be a new squad, start with 4 people, chosen from 6, and we only start with some minimum resources, but we do have some really good weaponry, like these 2 charged rifles and the charged lance, and the plasteel longsword will work later on in the game. With this new storyteller, Empress Evil does not believe in the concept of good. Driven by primal rage and savage instinct, it will force you to constantly be on your toes, throwing harder and harder tasks until you give up and perish. No good events can happen ever. We're going to be playing on losing is fun, with reload anytime. I like crowded areas, and we want the global coverage to be 50%. Our seed does not matter. Now the entire map is covered with a lot of factions, and different areas where we can spawn. We want an area where we can trade easily, while also having a defensible position. So we want to find a large hill, because hills are always great. So something in this area would probably be really good. because we have 2 royal factions, actually 3 royal bases near us, and 4 of these higher tech towns next to us as well. So maybe something like right here, if it doesn't give us a mood debuff, and it does not. And now we can choose our people through whoever we have here. So looking at our options, Sale is absolutely awful. He literally can't do anything because of his incapable of skilled labor. Even though he is industrious, that means he can't really do much, so we'll get rid of him. And then our last option, Dean, is just awful. He has a negative 20 mood debuff. Like, he's not worth anybody else right here. No matter what his things are, because this early on in the game we won't be able to help his mood at all. So I think we're going to go with Airy, who has a minor passion for shooting, melee, mining, plants, and intellectual. He's psychically deaf, which is pretty good. And he has bloodlust, which means that whenever he gets a kill, and she gets a mood boost for seeing blood or death. But she's 4 times more likely to start a social fight. But that's fine. Next we have Missy, who has a minor passion in shooting, melee, animals, medical, and intellectual. She's incapable of artistic, but her traits are jealous and nimble. She has a lower chance to spring traps, and she has a higher melee dodge chance. For Chris, he has asthma, which is okay, because we can treat that pretty early on. He has a chemical fascination. He's bisexual, and he's psychic sensitivity is increased. He has a burning passion for melee, crafting, artistic, and social, and a minor passion for mining and plants. So he's going to be pretty good. He also has a lover, which is Airy. And then now we have Jimbo, who's incapable of nothing, but he's trigger happy and nervous. The nervous is kind of bad, but the trigger happy makes up for it more than enough, because he's going to be firing way faster, even with reduced accuracy. He's a minor passion against shooting and melee and animals, but will be able to increase his shooting by quite a bit since he has that minor passion. I could prepare carefully, but I don't think we're going to. And we're going to get into this game. So to start off, we need to make sure that a few people get the right things. Since he does have trigger happy, but he has a lower skill, Jimbo will be taking one of the charge rifles. And since Ari has bloodlust, she'll be getting one too. While Missy will be grabbing a charge lance, and Chris will get the plasteel longsword. Okay, now that our colonists are equipped, we're going to be sending them into battle. But we have to be careful because these things can move extremely fast. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave both Chris... Actually, just Chris. We're going to leave Chris down here to where he won't get in any trouble. And we'll have the 3 of them group up and start taking shots at the mega spiders. So now their entire camp is going to be coming after us. We already have one down. That's pretty good. Just got to make sure that we're constantly moving. And while we're running and gunning, we do get decreased movement speed. So if one person gets too close to them, we can turn off run and gun and just go. Get out of there, Ari. Just gotta move them a little bit farther away, make sure they're going a lot quicker. They have 3 mega scarabs, so that's not that good. But they're super slow, so. That's even more dead. Okay, so that's all of the faster guys, but if we go over to wildlife, there's only 2 of them that are actually alive that are down. Just be careful for these guys. If we go back to Chris, we can reselect him and have him start moving items up into our base while the others fight. Nice, there we go. So then now we just take these 3 and we'll have them go around and finish off the rest of them that are down. Now we go over to wildlife and we can see which ones are still alive. So now we just get these guys off of that, and then we can have them go and deliver the stuff and do whatever they need to do. With all these insectoid bodies, we'll get a fridge set up in one of these rooms, and then we'll start freezing them for later. Well, now we have to get our work going, and instead of the normal, these are priorities, we'll have to do them manually. Also, Chris needs to get treatment really quick, so I want to make sure that happens. And I'll be back whenever I have the work in order. Okay, we got the job sorted out. So, hopefully, after they do their recreational wonder, they'll grab something to eat, and then we can get them going on doing something actually decent. Oh, and we're uninstalling all these furniture items that are extra because it increases our value, and if we can just get them sold off early on, then we'll be good. Also, it just takes up space. Still trying to get the base balanced out quite a bit, and discovered this. Yeah. All the way from, like, really low. Well, total wealth. We're sitting at, like, 40-some thousand and slightly increasing as we do more stuff. But it's starting to get that direction to where we can actually start doing stuff. I don't know if we'll be able to grab all these insect bodies before we get to level 5 construction, because you need level 5 construction in order to construct an over-the-wall cooler, or just regular cooler. So we're having Jimbo prioritize constructing, but he doesn't have a minor passion, and none of us do, so it's going to take a while for him to get that far. But as long as we get a cooler down, we'll be fine. We were pretty much doing a race against time with Jimbo trying to get his construction up to 5, and we kind of failed that, and we lost some genomes, but that's okay. We just had a guest arrive, and Chris has some decent social, so we can have her, or him, trade with her. Hopefully we can ditch some of these extra beds that we don't want or need. And she does not have much money. She only wants clothes. We can take that, and then we can take Oliver Pimkin for 118 while selling her Royal Vest. Some of these we can use for later on. So we'll probably keep all these clothing items because we can just use them whenever we need them. And we're trying to make everything look a little bit better. We got some of our rooms set up. We have the lovers sleeping together. Sadly, Jimbo and Missy can't get together. Father and daughter. Would be a little weird. And we won't be able to get to these. Damn, that sucks. If only we had 5 construction in the very beginning, but that's fine. We'll get more insectoids later on so we can make our own. Now I have our refrigerator done, and we're kind of getting on track. We're going to try to clear out some of these areas in between each place and see what all we can get from them. There might be some extra rooms that we don't know about yet. Hopefully we can find something good. Now we get to name our area and faction. I'm gonna call them the Mercs, and this one can just be Bunker Hill. Here's the first raid. Great. Oh, that's not that bad. We've already got Jimbo's shooting up to 6. Actually, that's actually super good. And we might send him down there just to go screw this guy. Should be able to take him down pretty easily. Come on, at least hit him once while you're standing still. Oh my goodness. Hey, there you go. I'm gonna capture him. I have a mod called Stabilize here. Maybe if we give Jimbo some doctoring and then stabilize, because this guy's not gonna make it. Death in 3 hours. Jimbo can try. We also need somewhere to put him, which would probably be best. Which would be best probably in this room, so that he's not bothering anybody. So we'll grab a few of our better beds that we have. We'll make this the prisoner room, and then we'll see if Jimbo can actually save this man. I think he'll be able to. Did we get that bed down? Yeah. So we can set that for prisoners. Go back to Jimbo and capture this guy. We even have extra clothes for everybody that wants them whenever they join. Though it's not a lot. He's gonna follow Chris around. Oh shit. And then we'll have Missy? No. Ari. Capture this dude. Run, Chris. No, don't. Don't insult him. Oh, he's done. Nice. He only insulted him once. That's good. And then Jimbo will go into a catharsis for a little while. So we have our total wealth back up to 47k. Even though Borik doesn't really have anything good, we can still use him. Oh, he has 10 construction. Never mind. We need this guy. He has some decent construction. We will set his prisoner to reduce resistance. And Chris should take care of that once every day. and we need to get this our kitchen going pretty well, while also getting the floor done. So eventually we'll get a kitchen done and going. We already have our refrigerator, a prisoner room. We need a medical room. We'll use one of these that have the better tiles, so it doesn't get as dirty easily. And then we'll be clearing out this whole area to expand our base a little bit more. If you guys enjoyed watching, please comment, like, anything like that. There'll be another episode up pretty soon, and I'll see you in the next one.